460,000. 480,000. 500,000 in the front. At £500,000, 550,000 at the back of the room. Against you, sir. £600,000. At 600,000, the front.
Morning, George. Morning, sir.
Next.
I'll best have tea first, tell the lads.
Done the work and so it's all right.
I don't know what else I can suggest.
Get you going.
So you know what next time?
All right, all right.
Have a little look at the VR. Morning.
Morning.
You're coming.
Even Sparks haven't run a cable under one of them partitions. Up there. It's chronic, ain't it?
Buy a plain biscuit, just a plain biscuit. Anything fancy, that's just up to the individual himself.
Probably best.
We can't have all this complicated different, I want this, I want that. It's too complicated.
Where's the sugar?
I'll put it in that tin there. That bag. It is a little bit disreputable. Where's Tony?
Want my jacket, would you, Mick?
What?
Cheers.
Need an eye on the back of the sizzling, Mick. Looking at it, may have to put one with a tab on.
I'll have a look at it.
Sorry I'm late, lads. Sorry I'm late, lads. Cheers.
Bloody Sparks hasn't put a cable under one of them partitions.
Where's that?
On the right, at the end of the long gallery, you know, the two partitions there?
Yeah, the screen's, yeah.
Well, he should have run a cable under there. He has on the left, but not on the right.
Can't you get one under with them already in place?
Doubt it.
Have you tried?
He's tried and all.
Can't you get one in the pile of the carpet? You know, like burrow it under.
Nah,
Can't you get it in the corner by the skirting board there?
nah.
I'll have a look at that.
Gonna have to run it round the bottom, I'm afraid.
I'll have a look. Those electricians aren't coming down for tea, are they?
No.
You did ask them, did you?
No, they got their own.
But you did ask them.
Oh, yeah, I asked them.
Right. I have a small announcement to make. And I want this understood that this is in strict confidence. I don't want anyone running off and telephoning the press. I don't want anyone running off and telephoning relatives and friends. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, the galleries will remain closed to the normal public for the first hour, due to the Princess of Wales will be attending the gallery to view the sale.
Lady Di?
It's to be a low-key affair, and I've simply been informed that she'll be viewing the sale. She'll probably be in the gallery for half an hour or so, and Mr. Birkwhite would be most grateful if the staff would take special care with their attire, which I take to mean collars and ties at a bare minimum. And of course I assured him, which I'm sure most of you'd agree to anyway.
Is she buying, you know, Les?
I don't know, Derek. In fact, I haven't been told even if she'll be attending the sale itself. Although it'd be my guess that she wouldn't. Even if she was to buy, I imagine she'd have someone to do that for her.
And what about Will we be allowed upstairs, Les, while she's on the premises?
Oh, for those who wish, certainly. There'll be an area cordoned off in the lobby to welcome her. And, of course, there'll be those on duty in the rooms in the normal way.
So you'll have to get a clean shirt, Del.
Don't suppose you'll want to be up there, eh, Mick? What's that? I say I don't suppose you'll be interested in being upstairs to see the princess, eh?
I don't mind. Wherever I'm told. Wherever Les tells me.
Very good of you.
Probably best everyone else wants to be upstairs. I'll hold the fort down here.
That's very thoughtful of you.
I think they're level individually, but not one with the other.
Yes, maybe you're right.
They're terribly charming, aren't they?
Must be a very late one.
Yes.
I'd never come across it before.
No. Well, it's been out of circulation.
Geoffrey, morning.
Ah, John.
It's all very lovely, isn't it? It is. Hello, Walter.
Morning.
Although I must admit, I'm not mad about the Hessian behind the small pictures.
No.
I like the screens, and I like the way the room has been divided up in that way, but I must admit I'm not an admirer of the Hessian. I thought I might be, but I'm not.
No.
I'm not suggesting we should change it at this late stage, and I'm sure there'll be those that like it. But I think we should think twice before we use it again.
Yeah.
But overall, the effect is enchanting. I have nothing but praise. And the suit, gee, looks fabulous. Absolutely crazed and wonderful.
Yeah.
Although I did wonder if it was a bit high.
Perhaps.
No. No, let's leave it. Absolutely, absolutely. No, I think it's all very lovely. Oh, there's the Russian picture.
Yes.
It's no good. However much I look at him, I don't like him. I never feel he likes me.
Of course, he was very mad when he painted this one.
Yes. Still, it's nice to see it back. One must hope their paintings will take a leaf out of their ballet dancers' books and more will defect. How did they get hold of this one?
How did they get hold of any of them?
Precisely.
It's supposed to have been part of a German collection which they acquired at the end of the war.
Acquired. Clearly one of the thousands they pillaged. I remember speaking to Hans Lunt in Berlin in 1947, poor man. At least Hitler went through the motions of paying for his acquisitions.
Yeah, we seem to be well on schedule, Les.
Thank you, sir. Yes, things seem to be going quite well, yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Nazim.
I don't know if I'm right, but it seems to me that one of the Renoirs is a bit off level. Not the individual pictures, one picture with the other.
I'm with you. I'll have a look at that, sir.
Where's the Pisano? Has the Pisano been hung?
Yes, that's here.
Stout, is it? Glass of stout for Derek and a pint of Guinness, Margaret, please. And I'll have a pork pie and pickle.
Time to get down the old bookies, eh, Mick? What you got this afternoon?
Not a lot. Prairie Moon looks best bet, but with a going, I don't know. Normally I fancy Prairie Moon.
That was handy, old win you had last week, eh?
Yeah, it was a nice double, that.
I'm surprised that you were gambling. I'd have thought it was against your principles.
Well, it is, Jim. You're absolutely right.
So why don't you stop?
Well, I'm not strong-willed enough. Apart from which, I've got very expensive tastes, which I can't engage in, and the wages they pay us.
Shift up in here, Billy.
Shut up, Mick.
So is everything all right then, Les?
Very good, Jim. Very good. Mr. Anderson and Mr. Bertwright seem very pleased.
Oh, good. Well, that's nice to know. I can't complain about the timing, when in good time.
Oh, we're on a good time.
Yeah, a good job. Apart from that bit with the electricians.
Yeah, he didn't seem to care, did he?
There aren't any, innit? There's no apprenticeship these days, you see.
That's true.
Years ago, you'd have done your 5 years before you were ever allowed to do anything. Now, it's straight out of school, never mind about anything. Just get out and budget it.
Yeah.
There's a lot in that.
What time does the viewing start?
2 o'clock. Funny thing. Oh, a little chap. Interesting little chap between Mr. Anderson and Mr. Burt White. About that Van Gogh. The Russian picture from Russia to be sold. Seemingly, this is what they were saying, I don't know. Seemingly that picture was stolen during the war. Plundered, was it? Plundered.
Plundered, yeah.
The way they were talking, it was quite a common thing. As if there's whole rooms of pictures over there that are just hung with these sort of pictures. Stolen pictures.
Doesn't even surprise me, Les. Not when you think about it.
Don't do it, Jim. That's what I said. Don't even surprise you.
No, well, I thought it was interesting.
Oh, it is, it is. What do you reckon of that, Mick, eh?
What's that?
Well, that painting, the Van Gogh painting. Reckon the Russians nicked it.
Did they really? They're terrible, aren't they?
I just thought it was interesting, that's all.
It is.
Well, there's only one thing to do, Les. Take it down to the police station. Stolen property. Old firm like this wouldn't want to handle stolen property.
Oh, we're all very amused. Yes, that's very clever.
Notice communism doesn't stretch to buying anybody else a drink.
That's it, isn't it? So it looks like them screens is going to be part of the big picture sales from now on.
Yeah.
Now, where they're going to store them?
Kettle Street, I suppose, in the basement.
I suppose that'd be the place. Would it? Carry him round?
Yeah.
Be a job for you, Billy.
What's that, Del?
Apparently, they're going to store them partitions round at Kettle Street and carry them round for each time they're needed. I say that's a job for you.
Oh, yeah, and the rest.
You see?
Thought they were hired.
Now they're part of the establishment now.
What I don't understand, I mean, you're the one who always says they're so bloody marvellous, and we should be like them. Look what they did here and there. And then when you hear something like this, you're not interested. You pretend it's not right. That's what I don't understand.
I don't pretend.
You don't seem to want to listen.
No waste your breath.
I listen. Of course I listen, just I don't necessarily believe what I hear.
You don't believe it when two leading picture experts in the country say a picture was stolen?
Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily.
Listen,
You'd know better,
if
I
they
suppose.
say it about Russia...
Oh, it's Russia.
Just keep an anti-communist pot pointing, that's all.
Anything against Russia,
I'll tell you
then?
something, the money that's taken to buy that picture would buy everyone in this pub an house to live in.
What's that got to do with anything?
Yeah, go on. What's that got to do with
But
anything,
they're
Mick?
the ones. They're the ones. The Russians are the ones who've got it. They're the ones getting the money for it.
Yeah, of course. Anyone was going to use the money to build houses for the working people.
Oh, yeah?
No, they're all the same.
Well, you never hear them say anything against the big dollar, do you, the Americans? You never hear they be nicking paintings, do you?
Because they don't.
They buy them.
They don't need to nick them. They got so much money. The Yanks, eh? I wouldn't mind a slice of that, eh?
But you like to live there, you reckon, Billy?
Not many. Never get a permit, would ya?
I don't know why you don't go and live in Russia.
Well, they don't have betting shops, do they, Jim?
They need someone with a bit of pace on the outside and someone as good in the air in the middle.
Graham's good in the air.
Oh, granted, but he's so short.
I wonder, can you help me? Lot 73, a watercolor of a windmill. This isn't a windmill.
Mr. Weaver, sir?
Sorry?
I wonder, could you...
Lot 73, a watercolor of a windmill. But this is not a windmill.
No, I think you'll find you've got the wrong catalogue. Yes, that's next week's sale. Would you like to come down to the desk and we'll see if we can get it changed?
You ever been to France, Tom?
No.
I don't fancy it, to be honest.
But it is there, I made a mistake. This isn't the catalogue I ordered.
Oh, yes, indeed, but the difference in price is very
Excuse
simple.
me.
The difference in price between the two catalogues.
I rather want to
One
see
is for
Mr.
minus
Bork
sale,
White
whereas
about
the
one of the
other's for
lots in the
impressionist
sale, if that's at all possible.
Is
Do you have an appointment,
£8.50, I
sir?
think.
I don't.
Yes.
I know. But I asked... What was the name, sir?
Robert
Yes,
Teichman of
absolutely,
Goldberg
but I
Cook
think
and
you probably
Teichman.
Jenny.
did, actually, I mean,
Sue, sorry. Sorry?
Teichman, Robert Teichman of Goldberg Cook and Teichman, Manhattan.
Hello, Jenny. I have a Mr. Teichman here. Would like a moment with John Berg White, if at all possible. No.
Come in.
Mr. Teichman, sir.
Mr. Teichman, how nice to meet you.
How do you do?
Trevor Cook told me you were coming. I was hoping we'd meet. Did you arrive this morning?
I did. I flew in on Concorde just a couple of hours ago.
Did you really? Isn't that a simply delicious aircraft, don't you think?
Oh, it is. It's marvelous.
Isn't it? Where would the world be if we always counted the cost? I think that's the lesson we have to learn from that.
Absolutely.
Just sit down.
Absolutely.
And how's poor Trevor?
Well, he's better. A little better, but it's fair to say he isn't a well man. It's going to take time.
So what do you think of the entries? Have you had a chance to look round yet?
I have indeed. Indeed, and it needs no dealer come from Manhattan to tell you what a fine display it is. And not merely aesthetically, but clearly. Well, I've been reading your papers since I got here and on the airplane, and clearly it's going to be a great occasion socially, which must be very gratifying for you.
Yes.
And I dare say it'll help the prices a bit. Good for you, bad for us. No, it's very impressive. To see the Gilets jaunes in an auction room is what it's all about. It's very exciting, very exciting.
Yes, we were rather pleased to get that.
I imagine.
I think there was a bit of gnashing of teeth, you know where, over that.
Yeah, I should think there was. No, but I'm very taken with it all. Although, I mean, I wouldn't be taking up your time now if I didn't. I do have to say that I am a bit bothered by the Van Gogh, the herdsman.
Yes, I was watching it being hung earlier today. I must admit I don't like it much.
You don't?
No, I mean I don't really like any late Van Gogh. He just isn't my cup of tea.
Oh, no. Well?
No, I understand that isn't what you're talking about. You have some doubt, some reservation about the picture?
To be blunt, yes. I have an unease.
About what? Its authenticity, one assumes?
I suppose in the final analysis, yes. It's just a question, you understand, an unease, a doubt, but I thought I ought to express it.
Oh, absolutely, of course.
Do you know, is it in the catalogue raisonné of his work?
I think the best thing... Do you know Jeffrey Anderson?
Well, of course I know of him.
I think the best
I've never
thing-
met him.
I think we'll ask him to come and have a look at the picture. Would you like to talk to him?
Well, of course, but I mean...
Janie, can you locate Jeffrey for me?
It is so terribly much the early preoccupations. And yet it can only possibly be the last 2 or 3 years. When he was obsessed that this landscape was Japan and was highly influenced. And yet where is Japan? There's no sign of Japan. And the handling here is... I don't know. It just doesn't seem right.
I wonder if I might...
Of course, I'm sorry.
It does become rather noticeable.
Of course. Is it in the catalogue raisonné of his work?
It's mentioned, or our picture like it is mentioned, but it doesn't have the absolute benediction of the writer.
And it's not in Le Five?
Oh, no, it's only come to light fairly recently. It changed hands privately during the war. The vendors have a newspaper photograph which they think is of the picture, they say is of the picture, although it's far from clear.
A contemporary photograph?
It's not specifically of the painting. It's a picture of some bigwig, Minister of Finance, someone of that kind, and what purports to be the painting is in the background.
Where was this taken?
Supposed to have been the Paris Impressionist Exhibition, 1892. The Rijksmuseum are happy with it.
Of course.
It has their certificate.
I wonder, should we continue this discussion upstairs?
Yes.
And so they have to do this rather complicated fiddle. Come in. Whereby these things are sent to one of their embassies. Thank you, Jenny.
Shall I put it here?
Yeah.
Get me less
In this
stone,
case,
would
they're
you?
Paris embassy. And then it's simply sold off as an unspecified asset.
Hello, Les. Would you take
They
down
send it
lot
over to
76
us.
and take it down to the appraising room? Would you be so kind? Yes, and get someone to take the backboard off, would you? Yes, right away, please. Thanks, Jim. Les, sorry. I suppose we ought to get on to the vendor's representative.
Oh, do you think so?
And to be on the safe side. You know how suspicious they are. If they send Lyndon along and he finds it isn't hung, even for 5 minutes. And also, I suppose one should just warn them.
Yes, yes. Cover ourselves.
You know what it's all about, do you?
What?
Taking that down.
No, what?
American geezer was here. Reckons it's a fake.
Go.
You see, Burke, White, Anderson, they was both down, and this geezer going through it with them. Reckon it weren't right.
Well, it doesn't even surprise you when you think about it.
I was just going to say, doesn't even surprise you.
That's what it is. See ya.
So, there's a turn-up, eh?
Yep, but we won't rub it in. Stick it down there. Get me a pair of pincers, would you?
See up, eh, lads?
That's the picture, right?
That's it.
Let's go see.
What's that?
Something in there for you.
What's that? What's he on about? Oh, hello. Mr. Van Gogh, I presume.
You presume, do you? You presume that's Van Gogh, do you?
Well, that's a painting you were on about, isn't it?
It's your expert opinion that's Van Gogh, is it?
Well, I'm not that much of an expert. I don't think it's a Rembrandt, is it?
No, it's not. And it's not a Van Gogh either. That picture from your friends out in Moscow is a fake.
Go. Is it?
It is.
Go. Dear me. KGB did it, did they? They're very good, though, aren't they? Handy with the old paintbrush.
You won't learn, will you? I think you're afraid to learn. It's a fake.
So, that's this morning's little myth up the spout, eh? I mean, if you're saying now it's a KGB school of art, it's obviously not stolen, which was this morning's story. So that's that out the window, that they stole it.
Well, what's it matter whether they stole it or faked it?
You believe it. Whatever they tell you, you believe it. That's what it matters. You're like a great, silly dog running after any dirty thing its master chucks it. Here's honest Les. It's a fake. Oh, yeah. It's a fake. It's a fake. It's stolen. Oh, yeah, it's stolen. It's not a picture. It's a can of beans. Oh, it's not a picture. It's a can of beans. But you've got to admit it, Les.
Get out of here. Get out of here!
Jesus Christ, Les.
Come on. Out, get out.
Please.
Get out, all of you. Go on.
Did he kick it?
I think it did.
Oh, that's Dill.
That's what it looked like, anyway. Couldn't see the picture, but that's what it looked like.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
You didn't see, did you?
Could you see, Mick? But did he kick it?
Yeah.
Bad? Was it badly damaged?
Oh, couldn't say. I didn't take it in.
But he did kick it.
Oh, yeah. He definitely kicked it.
One thing. No one said a word about this, eh? Not a word.
Oh, definitely. On the other hand, at least it seems it's a fake. Probably not as serious as...
Is he coming, do you know? Perhaps one of us should go and see.
Hello, it's Les Stone, dear. Is Mr. Anderson there? Could I have a word? It's rather urgent. Mr. Anderson, it's Les Stone here. I wonder if you've got a moment. Could you come down to the basement, sir? There's been an accident with a painting, sir.
I'll be down in 10 minutes.
Thank you, sir. It's in the appraising room.
I'll be down in 10 minutes.
Go away, Derek, if you don't mind. Just push off, there's a good friend. Oh, God. That's what happened.
So, tell me what happened.
Well, it was me. I kicked it.
Any particular reason?
I lost my temper.
Who with?
I was having a discussion about the painting and things to do with the painting with McLaren, sir, and it got out of hand.
And you kicked the painting?
Yes, sir.
Instead of kicking McLaren?
Yes, sir.
I wish you'd kicked McLaren.
So do I, sir. He was saying things I couldn't accept. I'm very sorry.
Yes. Whereabouts was the painting?
On the floor by the wall there, sir.
There are a few flakes of paint here. Be a good man and put any flakes of paint you find in there.
That's serious, is it, sir?
It's very serious, yes.
No, I thought perhaps because the painting had been brought down here, sir.
Anderson! I'm not. Get Derek Mallard to deal with him, would you? A friend of mine. Koenig, you say? Doesn't ring a bell. Tell him I'm out soon. So I'm not available for the rest of the afternoon except in the direst emergency. Get Derek Mallard to deal with any inquiries, would you? Koenig? I don't know anybody called Koenig. Hello, Jenny. Is John in his room, do you know? Oh, I imagine he is. Yes, never mind, thanks. Koenig? Yes, if only you could have done it half an hour earlier. Now we've rung the Leningrad people and they're sending their representatives over to look at it. And they ain't going to like what they see.
From Russia?
No, from Paris. They have an office there.
Ah, there we are. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my sainted aunt. I hadn't realized it was so bad.
It is repairable.
For some reason, oh, my God. I thought it was a, what's it called? A dent. It's very bad.
I'm very sorry.
What?
I'm very sorry.
Yes, yes, of course. What do we do, Geoffrey? What are we going to do? They're coming in the morning.
Oh, it's Les, don't you? Oh, Les, could I have...
Not now, George. Down the corridor. See someone down the corridor.
Sorry,
We're busy.
sorry. Excuse me.
So, let's go upstairs, shall we?
All right, yes.
Does anyone know about this?
A couple of the other department porters, sir, but I doubt if they saw exactly,
Absolute discretion. You understand that, don't you, Les?
Yes, of course, sir.
And if you could make sure that the others understand.
I'm sure that will go without saying, sir.
I'm sure you're right, but best say it all the same. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Now, you've already had a word with them about the visit tomorrow morning?
Yes, sir. That's as you would expect.
Good. Lock this door when you leave and stay near the office phone, would you?
Very well, sir. May I say before you go, sir, how very, very sorry I am.
Of course. Of course. We'll come back to you. We're in an impossible position.
Oh, my heavens. Perhaps you should drop the matter of it being a fake.
We've said it now. We can't really drop it. That might really set them thinking.
Well, at least it would stop them coming in the morning.
No. It would only need them to send Lyndon in to have a look. He'd find that it wasn't hung. No.
Then what do we do?
You see, I really feel, leaving aside the matter of authenticity for the moment, I really fear that if this picture is withdrawn from the sale now, particularly if it's through any fault of ours, it could do us terrible damage. Apart from the immediate financial loss, there's the risk of litigation, ghastly publicity, which both the Russians and our competitors would do their best to stir up. And it could not merely lose us the lead we've established in this market, it could put us out of the race altogether, hand the whole Russian market over to our competitors. And that would sadden me.
Oh, yes, oh, yes. But what do we do?
You see, my feeling is that in fairness to ourselves,
Yes?
we should go into the possibility of a discreet repair.
But these chaps are coming tomorrow morning.
Oh, yes. Yes, it would have to be done before then.
That isn't possible.
It could be done.
Could it? Have you ever known of it?
I believe it could. We'd have to take advice.
What time are they coming?
11.
But they'll spot it, won't they? Won't they bring their little blue lamps and pick it out immediately?
They won't be looking for it. I doubt if they'll bring their little blue lamps.
They might ask to use ours.
No, they won't think of this. They won't be looking for this. And if they did find it, they'd probably keep quiet about it, because they'd think the comrades back home had done it.
Yes. Well, can it be done in the time? I very much doubt it.
I think it can.
We can't take it to anyone round here. It'll be round the neighborhood like wildfire. Every gallery in London would know.
No, we couldn't take it to anyone near here.
Who had you in mind?
Trevor Bovine.
Isn't he retired?
Semi. One of the reasons I thought it'd be suitable.
Where does he have his studio?
At his home out at Kingston.
Does he? Yes. At least he's out of the swim out there.
Why don't I give him a ring right away?
Shouldn't we plan what you're going to say?
I shall simply say that we've got a painting that needs repair.
Yes. You will be careful what you say.
Of course. Trevor Bovine, Geoffrey Anderson here. I was wondering whether you could help us. We've got a damaged painting. Are you still working in that line? Do you think you could help us? We need it in a bit of a hurry. Shall I bring it out for you to have a look at? Would it be all right if I brought it out right away? We need it for tomorrow morning. Right, I shall be with you within the hour. Now, have you got...
What did you say?
Not very much. He's not an easy man, but there. I'll go straight away. I'll take Les Stone with me.
Right. You don't think I should come, do you?
Not really, no.
We're not certain he's going to agree to do it, are we?
No.
You don't think my presence would help?
No, not at this stage. Perhaps you should put in an appearance later in the day.
Well, that might be better. Keep up morale. The trouble is, I've got a dinner.
Yes. I've got Rigoletto.
No, really, that's tonight. You must tell me what you think of that.
Yes. Of course, it's all academic, unless he'll do it. Hello, Les. Wrap the painting and put it in a cab and wait for me at the front. I'll be with you immediately, all right? Immediately, yes. So,
He'll have to go.
yes,
No, yes, you'll have to. You'll keep you posted.
yes.
Good afternoon, George. Oh, good afternoon, sir.
Here we are.
The only trouble with this fellow is that he tends to make promises that he doesn't then keep.
So even if he says all right, you think he might not have it for the morning?
Exactly. Could be a bit embarrassing for us. He's so confoundedly monosyllabic. One never knows where one is with him. And of course, he doesn't know that you're the culprit.
No.
In fact, he doesn't know that there is a culprit.
No.
And if I know him, he won't ask. He misses out on a lot of gossip, thereby attracts a lot of customers, whom he charges exorbitant fees.
I assume that he'll be working all night on the picture.
If he thinks he can do it at all, he'll have to.
Perhaps it would help if I was to stay. Stay with him. We could perhaps keep him up to the job.
That's not a bad idea. We'll put it to him and see how he reacts.
And just say I could be of assistance.
Yes, that might be a good idea.
Yes?
Is Mr. Bovine there?
Is he expecting you?
He is.
Anderson? Is that Anderson?
Is he Mr. Anderson?
That's right.
Mr. Anderson and another gentleman.
Come in, taking no notice of her. Bring in the patient.
Hello, Trevor. Hello. It's been a long time.
Has it?
This is Les Stone, our chief porter.
How do you do? Porter, eh? Well, you ported along here. We don't understand around here gossiping, do we? Come on, follow me. 3 coffees, quick as you can. You all like coffee, I assume?
Yes,
Mind the
they-
cat stirs. Whether you like the stuff she makes or not's a different matter. You can never be sure, can you, eh? That's the thing. You can never be sure. Right. In here, Mr. Stone, if you please. Vincent? You didn't tell me it was Vincent, did you?
After Vincent.
After Vincent, eh? You're the expert. Oh. Someone kicked it, huh?
I couldn't say.
Yeah. Leather-soled shoe. Short, sharp kick, I'd say. But I could be wrong.
Oh, yes, I see what you mean.
You see that rim-like effect here? Toe of a shoe, I'd say. Turn her around, would you? best view of a picture, some would say. I could recite this label here, put it over the back.
Ah. Do you think you can do it?
Oh, yes, I can do it all right.
By the morning?
Been working all night.
Yes, of course. One would take that into account.
Well, I'd have to. Yes, all right. As long as I don't drop off.
No, absolutely. And you think you can make it pretty well undetectable?
That'll be the idea. Twirl around again, would you? There's been quite a loss here.
We've got an envelope with some paint flakes.
Ah, got a little snappy.
And I've brought you a photograph.
Well done.
And we were wondering on the way out here whether you could find any use for an assistant. Whether it would be of any help to you if Les were to stay on and help you in any way.
Want someone to keep an eye on me, huh? Well, that's all right. As long as he can make coffee and doesn't get in the way.
Oh, I'm sure he won't. No,
And as long as I don't have to pay him.
no, of course not.
Sugar. 4. Sweet 2. There we go.
You're not so close. Mine?
Yes.
Sugar?
4 and I stirred it.
Good. Put a damp cloth over that polyfiller, would you? Pretty good. Pretty good. I assume you did this.
What?
Kicked it.
Good Lord, now.
Why are you hanging around here all night? There's no need.
Well, I suppose it's like you said. You want to be sure and get it for the morning. They asked me. It's part of my job. I've worked for them for 12 years.
What's all this about it being a blasted fake?
It is. It isn't genuine.
Looks genuine. genuine enough to me. I once tried a couple of Van Goghs myself. Wouldn't have convinced a schoolboy. Puts his paint on so damn thick. You can't do it just in that way. In the sale at the moment, is it?
Yeah. You done fakes yourself, have you?
Yeah, Dutch school mainly. Pretty good at them. Used to cook them up in the oven. I've got a catalogue around here somewhere. Ah, there we are. What the hell's a copy doing in a sale of this quality, for the love of Moses? Is that the sort of... Out! Out! Lucky creature. I tell them not to come in here. Still they come. Sweep that up, would you? There's a broom on that corner there. Here we are. Lot 76. Doesn't say anything about after Vincent here. Didn't discover it until the sale went on view, eh? Not supposed to see that.
How could anyone do that? I don't understand. Do you understand how anyone could do that? You will be able to repair it, will you?
Doubt it.
Why not?
Oh, puts his paint on too flat. Too monochrome. Nothing to lose the tear in. Better for him to do another picture. Piece of cake, that sort of painting. I could do one for him.
They said in the papers that it'd be repaired.
Did they?
The artist himself said that it would be.
Did he?
He said that it'd be repaired and rehung within a matter of weeks.
Did he? Well, you better come along and do it then. You're the boss, I suppose. I hoped you might have thought better of it.
I'll go.
Puss. No, I'm not friendly, she says.
We're not going to disturb you, are we?
I mean...
We don't want to interrupt your endeavors.
Have you met? This is John Burkwhite, our managing director. Trevor Bovee.
No, curiously enough, I don't think we have we?
I don't think so.
I was just trying to make friends with a little tortoiseshell. We met on the landing, but she said no.
Ah.
So, how's it coming along?
It seems to flatten down quite well.
Yes, I'll have to sculpt it down there a bit when it's dry.
Yes.
Puts his paint on so damn thick.
Who's that?
Van Gogh. Puts his paint on so damn thick.
Oh, he does, yes.
The little Japanese tissue here is a bit of a giveaway. I thought we'd cover him up when it's gone off a bit with a customs label. A customs label around here somewhere. Steamed it off. They'll never notice. I've left the gallery label here. Such bloody sticklers, these Ruskies. Probably notice if you moved it.
You have got that customs label, have you?
It's around here somewhere. Don't you worry.
And you reckon you're on schedule for the morning?
Oh, yes.
You certainly seem to be.
Yes, indeed.
And you'll bring it in as close to 9 as possible, Les.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, we've got a car waiting.
Off you go, then.
Need I say how grateful we are to you, both personally and as a firm? It's been so nice to meet you at last and to see the work going ahead so reassuringly. I can hardly express my admiration for your work, which would be admirable at any time, but under these conditions, quite remarkable. Thank you so much.
Good. Glad you're pleased.
We'll see our own way out. Good night. Good night.
Oh, Harper, Dick.
Yes?
Is it all right for COD?
You want cash? I can't do it first thing. I could let you have it after lunch.
That'll do. I'll come in the afternoon.
Better scribble the amount and send it in an envelope with Les in the morning.
Geoffrey!
Righto.
Good night.
Sorry I didn't wait, Geoffrey. I couldn't bear to be in that house another moment.
Quite all right.
God, what a disreputable character he is. Wasn't there an awful smell?
It was cats, I think.
Oh, I don't think so. No, it was him.
Anyway, he's a remarkable craftsman.
Oh, agreed. And very clever of you to think of him. Very opportune. Les Stone will have to go.
Yes.
No, he will. You do understand that, don't you?
I suppose I do. I can't really convince myself that it's essential.
Oh, but it is. I sympathize, of course, but it is. And I want you to tell him first thing in the morning, after he's brought the picture in.
All right.
No point in leaving it.
Couldn't one just leave it till after the royal visit?
No, these Russian people are coming directly after Her Royal Highness, and I have to be able to tell them, in the event of them realizing what's happened, I have to be able to tell them that the man's been sacked. You know how hot they are on that sort of thing.
But then if they don't notice, we've sacked a good man.
No, I'm not happy. I'm not happy about keeping a man like that. It's like a dog that's bitten.
I really don't think he'll do it again.
I wish I agreed with you. I've always felt there was an emotional side to him that I wasn't quite happy with.
But only in the nicest possible way.
Perhaps. But can one afford to have a volatile character of any kind amongst these priceless things? I mean, simply as a principle, it's very doubtful. Here he is, he's kicked a painting. I don't think we can simply wait and see if he'll do it again. One has to act.
It was specifically a Russian painting.
Of course. But, Geoffrey, you know better than I. We expect to do an increasing amount of business with all these Eastern Bloc countries, and I don't think we can afford to have a head porter in Modern Masters who kicks their paintings on principle.
No, true. Poor old Les.
Oh, agreed. No one is more sorry than I. Of course, between ourselves, I sympathize absolutely with his feelings about those repulsive people. With that.
Yes, sad business. Perhaps we might give him something.
Yes, that's a good idea. A present.
Or maybe cash.
Better still. Yes, he may be a bit short. Yes, I'm glad you thought of that, Geoffrey. I might not have done.
Good.
Morning, Liz. Morning, Tony.
It's very good, as long as one isn't looking for it, which I suppose one won't be. Did you notice whether he put that label where he said, at the back of the tear?
He did, yes, sir. He pointed it out to me.
I think get someone to give you a hand with this, Les, and take it back up and rehang it. We want it to be there for the princess. And then I'd like you to get these two lamps out of sight. Best put them in the small office. And then I've got to have a word with you. Perhaps you'd come up to my room when you've done that in about 10 minutes' time.
Very well, yes, sir. Oh, by the way, He gave me that for you, sir.
Thanks. I'd best be getting on. There's an awful lot to get through.
William, come and give me a hand with this picture upstairs, please.
What's that, Les?
We've got to rehang this lot out.
I was wondering if we should get Derek Mallard to handle the Russians.
Might seem a bit odd.
Not knowing the situation, I thought it might be a bit easier for him.
They'll want to talk to you, I'm afraid.
Maybe we should all be there.
No, I can't see any useful purpose in that. I'm very willing to see them up here, but I'd really rather not come downstairs.
Well, I'll get Derek Mallard to stand by me. I'll have to brief him.
What do you mean, brief him?
On the matter of authenticity.
Oh, yes. But not on the other.
Oh, no.
No.
I've got Les Stone waiting. I'd better go. Oh, he gave me this. It's Bovine's ransom note. Not much we can do, really, except pay. Get Derek Mallard to pop in and see me in 12 minutes' time, would you, Sheila? Come in, Les, would you? Do sit down, do. So, we're very grateful to you for doing all that last night. You must be absolutely whacked.
Oh, I'm all right, sir.
This is an awful business, isn't it, Les?
Yes, sir.
Awful, awful, awful. By the way, did you manage to get those lamps down in the appraising room?
Yes, sir. I put them in a small office between the
Good,
two.
good. Well done. Yes. Well, I think you know what I have to say, Les.
I suppose I do, sir.
I'm sure you understand.
I do, sir.
It's not my wish, my decision. It's felt, rightly or wrongly, that we can't simply overlook the matter. Our insurers, I'm afraid, would eventually force our hand in any case. But apart from that, there are considerations of confidence, our shareholders, our customers. We do have some very tricky customers. Understandably so. These are valuable things in a lot of cases. And then there's the financial loss. Even in this incident so far, there is a financial loss. And that's even if these people don't notice anything. Of course, if they do, my goodness. And so, I'm afraid we really have no option, Les.
No, sir.
It goes without saying that we'll provide you with flawless references, the very best that a man looking for work could hope for.
Thank you, sir.
But I'm afraid that's all we can do.
I understand, sir.
I'm very sorry,
Oh,
Les.
no, sir, you mustn't. It was my doing, after all. What would you like me to do, sir?
What would you like to do, Les?
Perhaps I should just slip away.
Probably the best, to make a clean break. I mean, do stay for the visit, if you'd like.
Well, I haven't had time to change. I don't want to spoil things looking like this. No, I think I'll just slip away.
As you think best. I'm sorry I've got to rush, but I've got such a morning.
I'll go, sir.
We'll make sure that everything's sent on to you. Thanks for being so decent about it, Les.
I'm sorry it ever happened, sir.
Oh, and Les, there will be a gift. A token of our gratitude to you.
Thank you, sir.
No, of course not.
What's the point of wearing a suit then?
No one said nothing about suit. Les never said nothing about wearing a suit. It was just collar and tie.
Oh, we're going to be bollock naked apart from a collar and tie, I suppose. I bought this suit especially.
Well, you wear it, but you wear it under your overall. How's she going to know you're a porter if you're wearing a suit?
Don't care if she knows I'm a porter.
Well, you and all porters wear your overalls. Now, how's it going to look if...
Hello, Les. Talking to the devil.
Morning, Les. Pour him a cup of tea, Tony. Have a cup of tea, Les.
What have you been up to, Les?
I've had some work to do, Tony. Thanks.
OK. Les decides. Les, do I have to wear my overall over my suit up in the lobby?
Yeah, of course you do.
Why?
Because all porters wear their overalls upstairs. I hope you brought a clean overall.
I haven't.
Well, in that case, thanks. You needn't be in the lobby at all. You lot ought to be on your way. Don't want to rush at the last minute.
Les, I bought this suit especially.
Put your overall on and get up there. That's a good lad.
Everything all right?
Yeah?
See up there.
Her car is just leaving. She'll be here shortly. Walter, I wonder, would you go through and tell George? Oh, Walter, next to David, please. Thank you.
The car's just come around the corner, Mr. Burbank.
Ah, thank you. Jeff.
Mr. Burkwhite.
How do you do?
May I introduce Mr. Leonid Pankovsky?
How do you do?
Очень приятно. And Mr. Konstantin Shirokogorokhin.
How do you do? And this is Jeffrey Anderson. How do you do?
Drastic.
How do you do?
Очень приятно.
Come in, do.
Forgive me, but you're an hour early.
11 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. That's Paris time.
But we've come from Paris.
Что они говорят? Forgive me, please. Jeffrey, come.
Что спутались?
John Burkwhite, nice to see you. May I introduce Jeffrey Anderson? Very nice to see you. Do come this way. Hello. Yes, thank Your Royal Highness, may I introduce Caesar? David Devonshire, Your Royal Highness. Mr. and Mrs. Archer. Mr. John, Lady Fitzgerald, Your Highness. Your Royal Highness, may I introduce Leonid Penkovsky?
Very pleasure.
And this is Konstantin Shiragoshkin.
Shirokogorokhin.
Shirogorokhin.
Your Majesty.
Interpreter.
Have they given you the bullet? What's happened about that picture?
It was all right. There was nothing wrong with it.
You're just going to go quietly.
That's it.
You ought to stick up for yourself, Les. You could.
Oh, and this is the new Van Gogh, which has just been discovered. It's a new one from Russia. Well, from Paris.
No, I've never seen it before. It's very exciting indeed. Very late, as you said, I think. Very cash,
As you see, we've decided to rehang the painting.
Как вы видите, мы решили выставить опять вашу картину.
We did have it down, and we looked at it very carefully.
Нам пришлось ее снять и внимательно исследовать.
And though there was an opinion expressed that I respect,
И хотя тут и выражали мнение, которое я уважаю,
a doubt, that is.
то есть сомнения.
I think on the whole we should let it go into the room.
В конечном счете, я полагаю, что можно включить картину в экспозицию.
And see what the market decides.
Поглядеть, как решит свободный рынок.
Понимаю. Do you have any feelings?
Как вы думаете по этому поводу?
Ну, вообще, конечно, хорошо, что...
Oh, yes, down in the country, of course.
Anyway, Sheila said, why don't you put it in as woman in it? She broke off on an absolutely fat spin.
Hello. So glad you could come. About the Van Gogh. I think we're going to let it go into the room, you know, see what the consensus is. I was impressed by your feelings, I must admit, but I don't know. I think we should let it go into the room and see.
I'm sure you're right.
I'm sure. Why don't you come over and have a talk with Her Royal Highness?
Не хотите ли перекинуться словом с ее королевским высочеством?
Would that be nice?
Надеюсь, не против.
And who knows? She might turn out to be your effective purchaser.
И кто знает, она может оказаться вашим будущим покупателем.
£1 million. New bidder. £1 million on my right. £1,100,000. The back of the room. £1,100,000. The back of the room. It's against you, sir. £1,100,000. The back of the room. £1,200,000. And your bid, sir. £1,200,000 on my right. Against you at the back of the room, sir. £1,300,000. Your bid at the back, sir. No, it's against you, sir. £1,300,000 at the back of the room. £1,400,000. New bidder. £1,400,000. Lady on my right. £1,400,000. The lady's bid on my right. At £1,400,000 any more. £1,500,000. New bid on the telephone. Telephone bid. £1,500,000 on the telephone. It's against you, madam. £1,600,000. At £1,600,000. Against you on the telephone, against the rest of you in the room. At £1,600,000. Any more? Yours, madam.